Hello and welcome to the Genuine Learning Blog. My name is Melissa Galasso and I'm very excited to be with you today to talk about one of the most recent changes going on in the area of ESG, environmental, social, and governance rules. And we have a major merger that was announced this week. So we are very excited to talk about what we're expecting in future standard setting. So on August 1st, just a little bit earlier this week, the IFRS Foundation, which you probably recognize as the entity that oversees the International Accounting Standards Board, who writes IFRS standards, completed its consolidation with the Value Reporting Foundation. And so this was expected. It was announced late last year, I want to say like November of 2021. So we had this sort of expectation of it coming. It was actually a little bit delayed because all the different parties had to vote in favor of it. But on August 1st, it was completed. So who is the Value Reporting Foundation? You probably recognize some of its predecessors. So we need to go back all the way to 2011 in order to talk about the IASB, or the Sustainability Accounting Standards Board. So this was a not-for-profit that was created in 2011. I actually had an opportunity in 2011 to interview the executive director for an article for the NCACPA's interim report. So I think that's kind of cool that very early on when they were created, that I had the opportunity to do, it was a phone interview, but it was really cool to have an opportunity to talk a little bit about this concept of a sustainability accounting standards board and what that was going to entail. And so its goal was to help businesses and investors develop a common language around sustainability. Instead of sort of having to come up and make your own rules, they were going to standardize by industry. And they did that for about 10 years. And then in 2021, the International Integrated Reporting Council, the IIRC, and the IASB merged to create the Value Reporting Foundation. So you've probably heard of integrated reporting. And so the IIRC and the IASB merged, creating this Value Reporting Foundation. In 2021, the IFRS Foundation, which again does the accounting standards for IFRS, announced its plans to create what's called the International Sustainability Standards Board, or the ISSB. And so their plan was to develop a global baseline high-quality sustainability disclosure standard for investors. Now, FASB has been contemplating this area. If you look at their invitation to comment, they put out some questions about what we should be doing on the FASB side of the house for ESG. IFRS has really move forward in this area, which makes sense. The Europeans and other countries are a little bit further ahead of the United States in sustainability accounting. And so they were moving forward. And in 2022, they actually consolidated the Value Reporting Foundation into the ISSB. So basically, they're going to take some of the resources that are in the Value Reporting Foundation, the integrated thinking principles, the integrated reporting framework, and those IASB standards, and now they're going to be part of the ISSB. And so next steps, they're going to take those IASB standards that are incorporated into this consolidation or merger as a starting point for the development of the IFRS Sustainability Disclosure Standards. So they're going to be the starting point to which they start developing the IFRS rules around sustainability disclosures. And the integrated reporting framework from the IIRC is going to give us how do you get from the financial statements to the financial sustainability related financial disclosures. And so all of the really the resources were purchased to help get them started instead of starting from scratch. Don't recreate the wheel, move us forward in the area of ESG. So kind of an interesting day. We've been talking a lot about ESG lately. The AICPA is very interested in ESG. The AICPA has done a lot of work in this area for like SOC reporting, reporting on greenhouse gases, for example, or other sustainability through attestation standards. And so we continue to be an interest in this. But one of the biggest things we hear is a lack of baseline and this estimation uncertainty. And so the goal here is to develop these consistent disclosures so that we have a baseline to start from. So who knows where we'll go from here on the US side, but we do know that the IFRS Foundation is moving forward. So that's a wrap on this week's blog, a big announcement for the week. I did have to replace my expected blog for the week with this, but we will have that next week for you. So I want to thank you guys so much for joining me, and I hope to see you on a future blog. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.